Okay, there's Buddy the Barber. We're going back out to the ring now. Get ready for more action from the House of Action. He's collecting locks of hair. Now, he's got quite a collection back there right now. When that match was over, the match was over. And of course, you saw what happened there. Art Barr, he was out of it. He was just laying there, and Buddy Rose went over and got those scissors and came back and he held Art Barr down. He took those scissors, just started cutting the back of Art's hair. And he got what he wanted. And in fact, he would have kept on going, but Mike Golden jumped in there, and Mike had that enforcer, that Louisville Slugger. And of course, Buddy was gone then. Oh, boy. But he's got more hair. So, here comes. Are they going to have this match already? Right now? Holy mackerel, don't go away. We got the Grappler.
Time limit. Introducing in this corner, 248 pounds, the Grappler. His opponent in this corner, 247 pounds, the Top Gun. The Top Gun will meet Playboy Buddy Rose here 2 weeks from tonight in a hair match in which both men have put up a $1,000 deposit to guarantee that whoever gets beat, there'll be no disqualifications and no time limit. Somebody gets their hair shaved off 2 weeks from tonight, and they've brought money up to guarantee it. Thank you very much.
Have you heard any yelling in the background? That was Matt King Matthew is up here with us now.
Thank you, Don. Thank you. Don, you make me laugh. You should be my court gesture.
Your court gesture?
Yes, you're funny looking and you're humorous. And every time I look at you in that pink tie especially, you make me laugh.
Thank you very much. All right. Well, you may not be laughing after tonight because you've got a big match coming up after this one.
Yes, that's right. And for all those peasants out there that aren't here to see Steve Dahl get the beating of his life, I'm sure you'll hear about it next week because I told you I'm going to tear him up. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Now, there's a lot of people out here. In fact, the whole arena's been talking about who's under that white sheet. Who is that? And on Saturday, the 26th, we're going to find out.
Well, Don, you know I'm not afraid of nobody. I've never backed down from anybody. And I don't really know who's under that white sheet. And I know it's not Piper. Piper's not going to show up. Piper knows that he can't whoop me. And Piper only weighs 205 pounds now. He's a movie star. He's a big-headed movie star now, and he's a punk.
Let me remind you, I don't even think you were here when this happened. This was a couple of 3 months ago when Mike Golden was on the other side of the fence. He was in your dressing room back there. And he came up here, and Roddy Piper had made a guest appearance. And he was kind of feeling the same way about Roddy Piper, only he made the mistake of slapping Piper's face. Now, Piper did not want anything to do with any kind of fighting.
Piper. No. Look at my man, the Grappler, beating up Top Gun right now. Let's be in Top Gun next week. Let me ask you a question, Don Koss. If Top Gun is confident in his ability against me, why does he need this man under the sheet, whoever it is? If I got him next Saturday night, he should be confident enough that he's going to whoop me and not have to worry about this guy underneath the sheet. Me, I don't have nobody. I don't have nobody under a sheet. I don't have nobody under a mask. Hey, I'm my own man, Don Cost, and next Saturday night, I'm going to kick Top Gun's butt, and then I'm going to go over and yank that sheet off whoever it is, and they're going to be talking with 5 knuckles, pal.
He may not, it may not be a matter of confidence, King Matthew. It may be a matter of just being careful, being ready, being cautious, because he doesn't know what else you might have back there in that dressing room.
Well, that's one thing you got to give Top Gun credit for. He's no idiot. He knows he's not going to beat me. He knows he needs a backup.
Well, we'll all find out everything on Saturday night, November the 26th.
Well, I'll tell you, Don, look at the grappler out there. He's in total control. That's how I like to surround myself around people that are always under control. Like myself, always under control, always controlling the atmosphere around me, always staying on top.
Always. We've seen some times out there when you didn't have things under such control.
Well, let me tell you, Don, one battle doesn't constitute a war.
All right. Outside, right now, it certainly is not Top Gun's moment in the sun, because this has been Grappler's fight so far. But remember, this is best 2 out of 3 to a TV time limit. Uh-oh, look at this now. It's Grappler going into that iron post, and I'll tell you, the post wins every time.
Well, I'll tell you, Don, I wouldn't talk. Look at the size of the shoulders on the Grappler. You can tell he's been hitting the gym. Look at those shoulders. Look how thick they are. That post isn't going to hurt that man. Come on, be real.
I still say the post is going to win 2 out of 3. Now, the old pump handle, the crowd keeps count as Top Gun works on the left arm and shoulder of the Grappler. Now the Grappler's not feeling so good out there.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not hurting the Grappler right now. All he's doing is loosening up the Grappler's shoulder. If he wants to hurt the Grappler, he better attack a different part of the body, because the arm, look at the arms on the Grappler. He's got 21-inch arms. Yanking that arm around like that isn't going to hurt that man. Come on, Don, be real.
Well, we've got a long way to go in this match, and there's a lot riding on this match. The winner will have a chance to go to Japan sometime in December. Now, date hasn't been set. Sometime in December to meet Fujinami, trying to get the Pacific Northwest belt back.
Well, you know how much this match means to the Grappler. I don't think he's going to let this Top Gun stop him from going to Japan to get his rightful belt back. It was his belt. I didn't see it, but I heard he was cheated out of it. I heard Fujinami did not legitimately beat him in the middle of the ring. But that's the way it goes. We're not crying about that. So he's got to go through Top Gun to get back to Japan to face Fujinami for the belt, which I've got 100% confidence in him. He's going to win the match. I'd bet my bank account on him.
Well, let's just see what happens
How
tonight.
about you? Would you bet your bank account on Top Gun?
I'm not a betting man. Let's just.
And you don't have much confidence in him either, do you?
By the same token, I'm not placing a dime on Grappler.
Well, you're no fun. You're no fun. You might be funny, but you're no fun.
Right now, I don't think neither one of these men thinks anything is funny out there. Both of them just going at each other, just fists. One right after another. There's a slugfest going out there in the middle of the ring right now. Grappler, Top Gun, look at this headbutt. Mask versus mask out there with a headbutt.
Yeah, I think probably the Top Gun probably has something in his mask, because if it was head against head, Grappler does have a hard head.
Well, you may be thinking about the assassin who used to be here. He had something in the mask.
Where did you get that pink tie at, Don Cost?
I think the same place you got that T-shirt. You could use a little class. I thought a king is supposed to have a little class.
Hey, you don't have class. You're all ass. What you talking about?
Hey, wait a minute now. Let's be cool here. Outside the ring, on the floor, atomic drop by Top Gun on Grappler. Now things are certainly not going Grappler's way out there.
What? Correct yourself, Don Cost. The Grappler is under control. We're talking about control during this match now. Now, who's got the control? The Grappler's got the control.
It's hard to tell who's got control out there right now. Both of them going at each other, tooth and nail. They've both been counted out outside the ring. And the first fall...
Top Gun can't do anything according to the rules. He's got to fight outside the ring. That's the only way he can get on top of things.
Well, I'm sure that's the way he planned it, to be counted out outside the ring. And both men counted out, so our first fall ends in a draw. And we're just going to keep it right here in the crow's nest and get ready for our next interview. and get ready for our next fall. Remember, this is a best 2 out of 3 to a TV time limit. You heard Matt Bourne up here, King Matthew, talking about tonight. You heard him talking about next Saturday night. You heard him talking about Saturday, November the 26th. Now make your plans to certainly be here next week and on the 26th, because we're talking about extravaganzas. We're talking about spectaculars. Right now we're talking about the man with the enforcer, Golden.